it has been reported.
But that's the only thing that I consider serious in terms of illegal hand wrapping is having plaster Paris.
Well, meanwhile, we got a fight going on in there, and the one who's landing loaded gloves. So
weightlifting when he was in high school.
He may also be trying to take advantage of the fact that Margarito's a notoriously slow starter, who, for instance, in his loss to Paul Williams, virtually gave rounds against Cotto last summer, too. Excuse me, Larry.
No, the most important punches that Mosley has thrown have been 2 body shots. Because
of the Cotto, he finished up winning the last part of those 2 rounds. So it should be
good left hook by Mosley in that exchange. Landed flush.
He has 4 knockouts in the 10th, 11th, and 12th.
Fighter's instinct as he tries to counter over it. Good right hand by Mosley.
And as he promised, throwing more jabs than he used.
Here you see Shane Mosley doing something he said that he would do that Cotto did, was to try to explore body punches with Margarito. No one ever goes to Margarito.
Larry, that the body punches were more significant because they introduce a wrinkle slow round. His idea is to get up above 100 at some point.
But one thing that Margarito cannot afford to do is get too far behind. If he gets behind after 5 or 6 rounds.
But they're watching 2 irresistible forces and 2 immovable objects.
And if you watch the way Margarito's moving forward, he almost gets like a little jig sometimes. He even loses his balance. He's becoming a little bit more aggressive with his feet. They're putting a lot of pressure and forcing Shane to throw more punches in that fight at a faster pace than he probably would like.
Total punches thrown in this round show you that the fight is being fought at Shane Mosley's pace. Margarito not yet able to force Mosley up to a 70 or 80 punch per round pace, where the advantage might begin to fall into his favor. Raul Caiz telling Mosley not to use his head in close.
I want you to be gentlemen. Dense la mano y cálmese. Go. Calmadito, let's go.
Round 3 begins. Thinks he's getting butted, and then goes back to throwing his long jab, and Mosley counters over it with a perfect right hand. Hard right hand by Mosley.
Killer right hand to the body by Mosley.
And the early returns would seem to indicate it's still not a whirlwind. It's no tornado in there, although Margarito lands a good right hand, and then Mosley follows with a sharp right hand of his own. And Margarito says, all right, we're going to fight. I love it. Now let's begin to trade, because this is my fight. And he takes Mosley's hard left hand shot.
Here we see Shane land a beautiful, picture-perfect, direct, straight right hand off the shoulder. So the thing is always there. Get him down the once again, there is Shane land another right hand. But immediately after that, you see Margarito come.
CompuBox numbers in round 3. Again, Margarito 16 out of 6.
He will win the fight.
That's how Paul Williams beat Margarito. Won the first 6 rounds, won the 12th. Margarito's comeback was for naught. He thought he had won, but the judges had it for Williams.
His punches, he's been just physically getting closer and closer and mauling him, but the clean, effective punches, the head slapping punches are all coming from Shane Mosley.
Hey, but that was the case in Las Vegas last July, too. Huge right hand by Mosley.
Flurries of punches and wrestling, which is very smart.
Well, and now that the commission has removed an illegal implement from inside Antonio Margarito's hand wrap, then inevitably the question will arise.
Here we see Shane chipping back at the same punches back. It looks like it's the same shot he got the last
round. 16 out of 69, Mosley 18 out of 59. Each landed 11 power shots. So numerically,
his punches as he grabs and ties up Margarito, because Margarito is always going to keep coming forward. So you can't land a punch and just try to dance away, because he'll pressure you.
I have never seen Antonio Margarito reduced to trying to land pity-pat punches just to make contact. Brilliant strategy on the part of Shane Mosley, who is changing from round to round, making little adjustments here and there. and still controlling the fight.
Showed up later.
You're right, Larry. He's very, very ineffective in his fight as compared to the fight with Cotto.
Well, you know, I believe both of you made the point before the fight.
Respiren los dos.
To look very forbidding for Antonio Margarito.
I agree, Jim. Margarito's on the verge of losing the championship now. I don't think he can come back as devastating as he did with Cotto.
He has lost in CompuBox numbers in round 5. Margarito 18 out of 69, Shane Mosley 16 out of 57.
Devastating one-punch puncher, which he isn't. And he's got a fighter now who doesn't fall apart. Means he's going to be in trouble.
And he's not wearing the other guy down because he's much more on the defensive than on the offensive. I mean, what a fight. Tremendous right hand. And when I say what a fight by Mosley. And a second straight flush right hand. And a third straight right hand, which pretty much eliminates any chance that Margarito could have won this round. And the whitewash seems to be continuing in Staples Center. Antonio Margarito, a 4-1 betting favorite, is nowhere in the fight so far against Shane Mosley. And we are halfway done.
And his arms appear weary.
Stop at the bell.
Not only Shane Mosley hit Margarito, and he was long distance punch right
The 6th round was by far the best for Shane Mosley. 26 out of 60. Excellent choices. I don't think Shane Mosley's made a mistake. Oh my gosh.
And you know something else I've always said that Shane didn't have that he's impressed with? He actually has a good jab tonight, too.
And after this, I mean, first Richardson guides Hopkins to the annihilation of Pavlik, and then this, which would be one of the biggest upsets in the sport. He's warning Margarito against low blows, warning Mosley against butts. And the light momentarily went for 2008.
That last round was the best round.
And what he did before.
There's another flush right hand for Mosley, perfectly set up by a good left jab.
It's with a guy who doesn't fall apart.
And who is still effectively controlling the pace of the fight.
Yep, and when he wants to throw that right hand, he knows he can throw it, and it's going to be, a hit is going to be there at the end of it.
Crowd is trying to urge Margarito back into the fight. They like the right hand he landed there. But once again, Mosley backs him off with sharp combinations.
Well, Shane has better hand speed.
I believe that Shane's going to still have to win another round
Margarito
or two.
was stunned by the right hand. Margarito has not thrown since Shane landed that combination. Mosley has Margarito in trouble on the rope. Staggers him with that right hand. He's about one more right hand away from going down.
And he doesn't know how to use and survive like most fighters do. He's not used to being in this position.
10 seconds. Stop at the bell. 10 segundos.
Good left hook by Mosley.
That was a knockdown. He went into the ropes.
And there's the knockdown. And Margarito looks like a beaten man. Wobbling on his feet. Let's see if Raul Keys is going to let him fight.
Camina, camina. Camina.
The bell ends round 8, saving Antonio Margarito from a possible knockout.
And he staggers to the
He's got
corner.
no legs.
How are you? How are you?
Here you see the left hand that turned
They should send him out again.
If I was
But how could you not send out a
Win this fight on a decision. Must have a knockout if he's going to maintain his position in the division. Shane Mosley at age 37 is trying to become the #1 welterweight in the world. And that's the way he'd be recognized if he can beat this man in the way that he's beating him right now.
Margarito has no defense at all for punches.
This fight could be stopped any second now. Margarito is getting hit flush with every right hand. There's another one. There's a big left hook. Why not stop it now? And there's the white towel from the corner, and Shane Mosley has annihilated Antonio Margarito.
Can that man fight?
In the 9th round, Shane Mosley landed 21 punches, and Antonio Margarito did not land a single blow. Before the largest crowd ever to... Let's watch the finish. To the camera.
This is what makes this sport so unique.
Theater of the unexpected.
Welterweight champion of the world, Sugar Shane